Okay, good morning, everyone. So here I told you regarding the factors determining the price elasticity of demand. What are those factors determining the price elasticity of demand? Can anyone say? Few three factors which I told you. What are those factors?
Ma'am, nature of the good, availability of the substitute, and then
Availability.
level of income.
Nature of good in the sense it's always the
Comfort,
price,
luxury.
yeah, comfort, luxury, and some goods I told that it is highly elastic. Some goods we can say that it is inelastic, especially for the normal goods we can see that is inelastic. Okay, then next is related to elasticity and expenditure. I will explain about that. Then I will come to the previous topics. We will do a recap on that. Okay. So elasticity and expenditure. Now, before that, let me tell you, there are three methods of measuring price elasticity of demand. One I told you, that is percentage or proportionate method. That is what I told you, percentage increase. If percentage increases, much percentage increase happen, and the price is not increasing or demand is not increasing. According to that, you have learned so many things. Elasticity is equal to infinity. Elasticity is equal to 1. Elasticity is greater than 1. Elasticity is less than 1. Like that, few points I told you. Now, another method is the total outlay method or total expenditure method. This, what we are talking is about expenditure of a human being when the price increases according to the responsiveness of demand. Okay, just listen once more. What will be the expenditure? Whether the expenditure will go down or up according to the price changes. You know that there will be a change in demand also. When the price increases, what happens? Quantity demanded decreases. When price decreases, quantity demanded increases. So that demand is responsive to the price. So according to that, how much, whether we are spending more, whether we are spending less, that method we call it as total outlay or total expenditure method. Okay. Next one is geometric or point method. Geometric or point method in the sense the demand curve, there we are marking different elasticities, and we are telling that this situation ed will be is equal to 1. Left side how it is, right side how it is, that is what we are talking. There is actually a mathematical classification calculation and all, but that you need not learn that. It's not necessary for you to learn. Okay, upper segment, lower segment calculations are there, that is not for you to learn. So here is, this is about total outlay method or the expenditure method. Okay, now what is the condition here? The expenditure on the good, whether it goes up or down, according to what? When there is an increase in the price, it depends upon the responsiveness of the demand for good. You know that this, you take it as 1. Okay, what is that? If there is an increase in its price, and according to that, you can see how the demand is responding to that particular price change. Okay, after that, how, whether the expenditure is going up or down, that will be decided. So here we are taking expenditure method. In this method, we are seeing that the responsiveness of demand to the price, according to that, whether the expenditure is going up or down. That method, we call it as expenditure method. Okay, it is somewhat, you can say, related to the quantity demanded. Next, with a change in price, the total outlay increases. If the total outlay increases, okay, the elasticity of demand will be greater than 1. If the three situations they have given here, if there is a change in price, one situation is that if total outlay increases beyond the price, okay, then what will happen? Elasticity will be greater than 1. If total outlay remain constant, there is no change in the expenditure, then we say that elasticity is equal to 1. If the total expenditure decreases when there is a change in price, what will happen? Elasticity is less than 1. It's a general statement, like how you learned 5 points before, like perfect elastic, perfect inelastic, relative inelastic. The same way here also we have different points. So in general, what do we say? When there is a change in price, three situations they have given, or three outcomes it is given. What is that? This expenditure will increase if it is increasing. Expenditure, if it is increasing, elasticity of demand will be greater than 1. If the expenditure remains constant, the elasticity will be equal to 1. If the total outlay decreases or expenditure is decreasing, the elasticity will be less than 1. So these are the general situation. Next, I have given you related to 5 different situations. In that situations, what is happening? Okay. Next, here, the first point, see to that. If the percentage decline in quantity is greater than the percentage increase, this is the same as the wordings you might have heard before. Okay. If condition you hear, if the percentage decline in quantity, here you see, this is price, this is, just 1 minute. The first column, that is price. The second column, it is regarding price. Okay. This is regarding quantity. And this is regarding how much increase in price. How much percentage increase. Okay. This much is regarding how much increase or decrease in demand. Here you can see minus 12. What do you mean by minus 12 here? What is minus 12 here? Related to quantity. Why they have given that minus there? What does it mean? Can you think?
As
What?
percentage decrease in demand.
Decrease. Whenever there is a decrease, to show that it is, you know that whenever that when you minus that elasticity of demand, you will get a minus 1. Okay. So here to show the drop of quantity demanded, decrease in the quantity demanded, it is minus 12. And here you can see in that situation what is happening. Okay. That is price will be elastic. So here what they have given, percentage decline in quantity is greater than the percentage increase in price. Here you can see only 10 points increased, but what happened here? 12 points decreased. You just understand that way. 10 points increased for for price, and 12 points decreased for quantity. So which one is greater here? Vishnu, which one is greater here? Quantity demanded or price increase, or the price?
Price.
Price is more. Why do you say that? Say.
Arrow upwards.
Yeah, that price is increasing, quantity demanded is decreasing. That is there. But see, one is dropping, one is increasing. So which one is more here? In the dropping it is more, or in the drop it is more, or in the increase it is more? Think here 10 points increased, here 12 points decreased. Then don't get confused with the minus. Don't look at the real numbers of that plus 10 and minus 12. If you see that way, it will be different. So here I have given 10 points increase, 12 points decrease. So which one is greater here?
10.
How?
12.
12. See, that is what. Don't see plus and minus. Why they have represented it as minus? Because it is reducing. That is why it is showing it as minus. Now that's what I told in simple terms. 10 points increase for price, 12 points decreased. So if you see, this 12 decrease is greater than increase. Okay, that is the first situation is given. A decline in the quantity. If you see the decline in the quantity, that is 12. That is greater than what? Increase in the price. So expenditure, what will happen to the expenditure? It will go down. Okay. Now, to easily remember what you have to do, Q you can represent for quantity, P you can represent as for price, and E you can represent for expenditure. Okay. Now, P I will write first, then Q, then expenditure. What is happening for the price here? Price is increasing. So what you have to write, that increase in price is greater than, how you will put here? Here, not increase in price is greater than, quantity is greater than price. This is the situation, right? Yes or no? That will result in what? What will result in what?
expenditure to go down.
Expenditure. Now, this also, there also you can get a confusion. Now, quantity is reducing, right? In that way, whenever in economics we used to use this arrow up and down, it shows that this is increase and this is decrease. Okay. So, to put it in a simpler manner, decrease in quantity, take it in that way, is greater than increase in price change, is equal to what will happen? Expenditure will come down. If you write like this in a simpler form, it will be easy for you to remember. Okay. This is for you to learn. Because when we say so many things in a little bit different manner, there is a chance that you will get confused. Okay. So just use this small sentence or representation like this. Whenever the percentage decrease in quantity is greater than percentage increase in price, that will result in what? Decrease in expenditure. Okay, or expenditure will go down. And this will result, or this shows that what kind of elasticity it is. It is price elastic. Okay, so according to the price changes, you can see there is a change in the quantity demanded also. It has an effect. Price changes, the reduction is happening. So that is price elastic. Okay, the first one, I hope you understood. Now, next one, they are talking about percentage decline in quantity. That is less than percentage increase in price. So this is another situation. The expenditure will go up. This is the second situation. Even though there is an increase in price, you can see that that is less than the quantity demanded. Here, price increase is 10, but people are not reducing their quantity demanded much. Only 8 units. They are dropping only to 8%. So compared to this is very less. Okay, or this 8 is very less. So that situation we call it as price inelastic. There is a change, but not that much change. It is less than the increase in the price. So that also you can represent it in a small version so that easily you can understand. And what kind of elasticity it is? Price inelastic. Okay. Next one. If the percentage increase in the quantity, so here what is happening? Increase in quantity is greater than the percentage decline in price. Now we are talking about decline in price. Okay. All these two between, before what I told, it is increase in price. Both the situations which I told you, that is increase in price. Okay. Now what I am telling, percentage increase in quantity is greater than percentage decline in price. So here we are showing percentage decline in price. The expenditure will, it will result in what? Expenditure will go up. Okay. Am I correct what I have written? Abhilash? Percentage increase in quantity is greater than percentage decline in price. It will result in what?
Expenditure to
Expenditure go up, because I just want to ensure, that's why I asked you. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So here you can see percentage increase in quantity. You can see how much increase? 15 units increased because of result in reduction in price. So such a change you can see. There is a reduction of 10 points from price. It resulted a great increase in the quantity demanded. That we call it as price elastic. Got it? So this is also a situation of price elastic. One situation we told increase in price, another situation is decline in price. So increase in price and decline in price, these both, how it is resulting, I told you related to price elastic. Okay. Now next one, if percentage increase in quantity, again we are talking percentage increase in quantity is less than percentage decline in price. Here, decline in price, what will happen to the expenditure? The expenditure will go down. Okay. So here what is the situation? Here you can see price reduced to 10, but it is not increasing that much. The quantity demanded is not increasing that much, only 7 has increased. Or you can see that the percentage decrease, it is not equal also, it is less than this 10. So that situation also we can say that is price inelastic. Okay. So here what we are telling, percentage increase in the quantity, if it is less than the percentage decline in the price, what will happen to the expenditure? The expenditure will go down. So here example, this shows that decline in price, this shows that increase in quantity demanded. There is increase happening, but that is less than the decline in price. That situation we call it as price inelastic. Got it? Everyone. In your textbook it is given, but it is put up in little bit different manner. That is why I have brought it like this. Okay. Next one. If the percentage increase in the quantity is equal to the percentage decline in the price, the expenditure on the good will remain unchanged. Here, quantity is increased. It is the same as the decline in price. That time, expenditure will remain same. Okay. What is the situation? There is a percentage increase in the quantity, which is equal to the percentage decline in the price. That time, the expenditure also will remain same. It will not change. How much he was spending before, the same he will be spending now also. That situation, we call it as unit elastic. So this is mainly for the sixth one, what I said now. What is the third situation? Third table, can you tell anyone third situation? Can you tell? Sanam, can you tell the third situation? I mean the third table, whatever is given. See,
Ma'am, change in price goes up and
no. What change price? What change? Increase or decrease?
increase.
So here, just tell. Okay. Increase in?
Increase in price. Decrease in quantity change, but quantity demand.
Quantity remains Same. This situation you understood. Here price is dropping. The situation. Here in this situation, what is we are telling? The percentage increase of quantity is equal to percentage decline in price. So here what we have to say? The percentage decline in quantity is equal to percentage
Decline in the
percentage here
Percentage.
this situation percentage here what decrease, right? Decrease in the quantity is equal to what percentage?
uh, and demand for good ma'am price.
Price only, but what percentage?
I'm declining the price.
Is it decline?
I'm sorry, increase, ma'am.
This shows
Increase in the
plus,
price.
right? So
Increase in the
plus
price.
shows, yeah, increase. So here what you have to tell, percentage decrease in the quantity is equal to the percentage increase in the price. Then the expenditure on the goods will remain unchanged. So that also we call it as unit elastic. Okay, so here what I have written, this is a small one. The same way I told you related to price elasticity also. Make some points like this, so it will be easy for you to remember. Okay, and this is what they have given in your textbook, different situations. Here price is increasing, the first one. The first one, if you see, price is increasing and change in the quantity demanded quantity. Always whenever the price is increasing, the quantity demanded will decrease. That is sure. Okay. Even minor change will happen. But here you can see the percentage change of price is more than percentage change in quantity. So that we call it as expenditure will increase. That is what here expenditure will increase. So that situation we call it as price inelastic. Second situation is what? There is an increase in price, but at the same time quantity demanded also declined a lot. Okay, so according to the price, what happened? Price change was there, but that percentage change is less than the decline in the quantity demanded. Here expenditure, when there is a decline in the quantity demanded, you can see that expenditure is reducing. That we call it as price elastic. Unit elastic, price is increasing and quantity demanded is decreasing. Here plus percentage increase is 10 and percentage quantity demanded is also 10. So no change, it is unit elastic. Here decrease. Now first three situation, whatever I told, that is increase in price. The last three, it is decrease in price, and you can see that increase in the quantity. So these situations, these three situations all show that price increase, and as a result of that the quantity is reducing. It depends upon the what do you say, at what point it is changing or how much degree it is changing. Here what happens, the price is reducing, at the same time you can see the quantity demanded will be increasing. Okay, so these are the 5 important situations you can see under the expenditure method. Okay, now next one, this is another one. Is it clear for you? The picture?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Because when I see, it's not much clear for me. Okay. Next method is point method or geometric method. Okay. So we have, you can see that according to this, a demand line is drawn. Okay. So at the midpoint, exactly at the midpoint, we say that elasticity will be equal to 1. Okay. Then that is what elasticity will be equal to 1. Next one, above, whatever is there on the upper segment, you can see this side, you know that you have learned before also, even though what is that, some percentage I told you to find out, and 20 by 0 if you get, it will result in infinity, right? Like that percentage change I told you before. So this point is elasticity is equal, demand is equal to infinity. And just a little in this midpoint, if you see, that is elasticity is greater, sorry, elasticity, yeah, greater than 1. Next to this midpoint, if you see, elasticity is less than 1. And this is the situation, it is 0. Elasticity is equal to 0. These situations, actually there is a mathematical calculation. If you imagine this is 12 centimeter, how this will be the midpoint, and this is the midpoint 6, this is the midpoint 6, like that. Some calculations are there that is not there for, if you take some imaginary number like that, some calculation is there, if you divide that, you will get exactly the same situation in below. From here to here you will be, it will be between 0 to 1, like 0.5, 0.3, that you will get. From here to here you will be getting 1 point something like that you will be getting. And one calculation I have given in your uh, worksheet also, I mean in the study material, you can do that, and you can find out when it will be 1 point something, because that time that we could not do that. The numbers were a little bit difficult to get that time. That's why I didn't make you to do. Okay, so there is a method, or there is a formula to find out the elasticity of demand under the geometric method. What is the formula? That is lower segment of the demand curve divided by the upper segment of the demand curve. Which one will come under as the lower segment? From which point to which point? Can anyone say?
A to D.
A to D, that is correct. Upper segment? A to E. A to E. Okay. So this segment, if we divide by this segment, you will be getting all the points. Okay, that is what I told her. You just imagine this is 12, and if you put the points in between and give some numbers and all, you will get the exact like the from this to this, you will be getting 0 point like that, and this you know that it is 0, and this point is infinity. Okay, so this is about geometric or point method. This is given in your textbook, but there is no mathematical calculations for you. So there are 3 methods to find out the price elasticity. What are those 3 methods, Rahul? What are the 3 methods which I told you?
Income level.
Income? 3 methods for the price elasticity. What are those?
Unit
Is it that? 3 methods of measuring price elasticity. You saw 3, I mean 2 types here. Here also you can find out elasticity is 1, elasticity is greater than 1, elasticity is less than 1, elasticity is like that. 3 types I told you. What are those 3 types? First day I told you 1, I mean previous day. Today I told you 2 methods. That is what I'm asking. What are those? You remember? Okay. Pranav, do you remember?
Percentage method.
Percentage method, or one more name is there. What is that?
Proportionate.
Proportionate method or proportion method. Then
Total expenditure method.
total expenditure method. Then the last method, what is that?
Point method.
Point method. Okay. So these are the 3 methods through which we can find elasticities of demand. Now, with this, we finished our portion. Okay. Yeah. So today, whatever I taught, just once more, we'll just go through. Krishnanuni, what are the 3 methods of measuring price elasticity?
Percentage method,
Hmm.
total outlay or total expenditure method,
Hmm.
geometric
Or
or
point.
point method.
Okay. What do you mean by point? Total outlay method? Kevin? What do you mean by total outlay method? Just 1 minute. Kevin, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Total
What do you
outlay method.
total outlay method or expenditure method? What is that? What do you mean by that?
Ma'am, when the expenditure on a good goes up or down as a result of an increase its price depends on how responsive the demand of the good is.
What do you mean by that? Did you get what it is? Just can you tell in your own
Yes,
words?
ma'am.
Yeah. Just can you tell in your own words what it is?
Ma'am, when the expenditure on the good goes up or down, it's
Because of what?
it's like, ma'am, because of the price.
Because of
No, ma'am.
price?
Yeah,
Ah.
depends on how responsive the demand
Yeah,
for
according to
the
the
good
price
is.
change, according to the responsiveness of demand
That will
to its
also
price.
respond to its price.
Okay, so according to the responsiveness of demand to its price, whether the expenditure on a good goes up or down, that method to find out, through that method we can find out the elasticities. That method we call it as expenditure. Okay, now if with a change in price, I told you that three situations can happen. One is total outlay can increase to elasticity of demand. Increases if it is increases, elasticity of demand will be greater than 1. If it remains same, if it remains constant, that will be equal to 1. If the total outlay decreases, elasticity is less than 1. Now, 5 types of elasticities. It's not 5 types actually. 5 different situations I told you. Otherwise, we can say 6 different situations I told you related to price elasticity. These are the 6 different situations. Sandra, 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 can you hear me? Sandra, are you there? I thought you are opting now some other subject. I did not see you only all these days, right? Sandra, Sandra, I want your phone number. I mean, your group leader also wants. There is no response, so what should I understand? Somebody informed or what, Sandra, that I asked her? No one. No, actually, when I'm asking like this, people are absconding from the classes. So I feel that you should inform your friends. Sanam,